Well, you shouldn't. You can't change the rules. All this other shit. It's all bullshit, right? Period. I don't care what anyone says. There's facts. Banana ball exists. It's a new sport based off baseball. The guy that made it to where more people will want to come and see it and made it more exciting, and it's working. They didn't just say over time. They didn't just say, "Hey, we got this new sport. We got this new team. He already owned a baseball team. That team no longer plays baseball. It only plays banana ball. Their places sold out every game. There's a waiting list, an extremely long waiting list. So whatever you want to do, people aren't going to dig it, huh? Really? They aren't going to dig it. Nah, I think they are. At least some people. You know what I mean? They just turned the thing into a party and kept the price $25. They didn't raise it. Nothing else. Shit's easy. So yeah, people will always say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. With art, you can do whatever you want. Really, what it comes down to is a lot of people see, um, what's the best way to put this? Their preferences basically as a religion. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a good thing or bad thing. What I mean is, some people are going to be more into action movies and or action stories or whatever, right? And whatever you're working on, because it doesn't have enough action in it for them, oh, it should have some more action. But wait, that's not the kind of story it is, right? So why are you going to put in more action when that's not it? Not everything's for everybody. It's not that way. It's never been that way, and it can't be that way, right? That's all there is to it. Um, Honestly, if you just commit to whatever it is you want to do, and I was gonna make this a separate video, but I really don't give a shit right now. The main thing is commitment. You know, make it however you want to make it. Help with a shotgun, storm warning, burn, female prisoner, something no one, that whole movie series, turkey shoot, evil dead, evil dead, drunk tai chi, wolf and ninja. I mean, these are just some movies that all kind of do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They stick to what it is that they want to do. That's a big part of it. A lot of people think, well, it's having the good ideas. No, it's committing to whatever it is. Um, Look at 1984. It commits all the way through. The story doesn't change, right? What I mean by that is things that couldn't happen before can't just happen all of a sudden for no reason. But I have a long list of movies that basically do their own thing, but they commit, and that's the reason they work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can do whatever the hell you want. Banana ball exists. It's a new version of baseball, basically. What's going on? But Hobo with a Shotgun. That one, Canadian, very violent. Um, Partially, I guess you could say a fantasy. Partially not. Definitely darker, definitely comedic. Not for everybody, but it stuck to it. That's the reason it worked. Cocaine Bear. It was exactly what it said. Hey, everybody else coming in. Good to hear, Peter. Good to hear. Um, Storm Warning is another one that is extremely messed up. Now, some of these ones that I'm going to be mentioning aren't going to be for kids and all that, right? And Storm Warning's one. It is from what's going on. It's from Australia. It's somebody coming into the wrong house, right? And him and his wife go into the wrong house because there's a storm. They're boating, and it becomes very, very brutal. Now that movie is not going to be for everybody, right? And there's no way you can make a movie like that for everybody because it gets really tough to watch, because it's that kind of thing. Now, because they committed to it, same thing with Funny Games. A little bit different the way that one works. There's two versions of it. You can watch either one because they're basically the same movie with the same director, just different actors and shot for shot remake, right? So, uh, hopefully you get what I'm saying. You can do whatever it is you want. Um, there's a lot of movies that people say shouldn't be made. There's a lot of stories that people think shouldn't be told, but that's all due to preference. There's all kinds of different tastes, and committing is the main thing. If you commit to it, you don't veer from it. Look at Evil Dead, right? It's a horror movie a lot of people love, everything else. But the craziness and the tone to it stayed consistent all the way through. Yeah, they did a little bit of a roller coaster ride, try to get your emotions some, but it was steady all the way through. The baseline in the story never really raised or dropped. What I mean is the tone, right? The bass tone. But like I said, you can honestly make whatever the hell it is you want to make. I've been doing a lot of different art shit for a long time. I'm 40 years old now. I've been playing music 24 to 26 years, probably closer to 26 to be honest. I've been a stand-up comic, I've sculpted, I've started Rand Magazine, all kinds of other shit. All it really takes is commitment, right? You don't even really need to know what you're doing. You just have to commit to doing it. And I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds counterintuitive and all that shit, but it's the truth. When I started doing the magazine, I had no idea what I was doing. When I started doing stand-up, I had no idea what I was doing. When I got the job, my first job, I didn't know what I was doing. All right. So, and I'm not trying to be like some motivational speaker or whatever. I'm just saying from my experience, you don't need to know what you're doing to be able to start doing it. You know what I'm saying? When I started shooting stuff for here or shooting short movies and stuff like that, I had no idea what I was doing. None whatsoever. I mean, I played around with editing a little bit, but as far as putting stories together and all that shit, I knew nothing because I've never done it before then. Now I've done it a handful of times and I got my way of doing things. You get what I mean? But sticking out is never the hard part with art. To me, it's harder, and maybe it's this way for you, maybe it's not. I don't know. And I don't judge. But it's easier to stand out than it is not to because I don't copy what other people do. I'm inspired by it. But, I don't try to make the exact same thing that I like because, I can't. That's not the way my mind works, and that's not the way a lot of people's minds work. They'd rather do stuff a little bit different or see character in a different way or whatever it is. And you can do that by all means. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to let you know you can do whatever the hell it is you want to do. I mean, that's really all there is to it. If people can make shit like, what's that Banana Splits movie? That's a horror movie. You get what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that I don't like, but just because I don't like it doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. I'm not the audience for it, someone else is. And that's what a lot of people don't realize or take into consideration that there are different audiences. We aren't going to all like the same thing. That's impossible. So that's really all there is to it. But yeah, the messages with this stuff are really easy.